A belief is just a thought you keep thinking, So what you're wanting to do is change your beliefs, train your beliefs. But here's the thing, that this getting into the vortex conversation is really wanting to impart to you in a way that you've never heard it before. Don't try to change your thinking from outside the vortex. It will only backlash and make you dig in more. To change your thinking, you've got to be up to speed with who you are. So what does that mean? Meditate, quiet your mind. When you quiet your mind, you'll stop thought. When you stop thought, you'll stop resistance. When you stop resistance, your vibration will raise. When you run, when you take walks, when you get out in nature, when you interact with those who you really love, when you make long lists of things that you appreciate, when you get on rampages of appreciation. We've written several books, and every book is full of processes. We know you're sick of them. Processes, and every process is written to assist you in moving in the direction of who you are. But this is the big one. This is the big one that will make the most difference the fastest to you. This is the process that says, somehow, some way, I'm going to quiet my mind. I'm going to hypnotize myself. We don't mean that literally. I'm going to find some way of bringing myself into the vibrational vicinity of who I really am. And when I'm feeling measurably better, then I will offer my effort. Then I will set my goals. Then I will make my plans. Then I will call the airline and book my flights. Then I will go to the department store to purchase clothes. Then I will make love to the person I love. Then I will call someone on the telephone. In other words, get in the vortex and then. Get in the vortex and then. Get into the vortex and then.
Okay.
Because you want us to quantify in terms that you understand something that is non-physical.
Okay, well...
So what is the number of infinite intelligence?
Yeah, well, what's the number in your group?
Well, what is the number of infinite intelligence? Give us a number and we'll agree.
You're not answering my question.
Is it more than that? In the beginning, we said to Esther, because Esther really wanted to know that too, because she could feel that sometimes there would be someone with very powerful question, and she could feel what felt like a huge cadre of energy lined up and answering. She could just feel it. And other times, a more frivolous question would bring what felt like a more frivolous and much smaller group, and she could feel that the question itself was evoking different depths and breadths of whatever this Abraham stuff was. And so she one day, in a very determined fashion, wanted to know how many of you are there. And we said 100, which satisfied her at the time. But it is really not a very good answer. So if you're going to pin us down to it, we're not going to give you a very good answer.
Okay, thank you.
There are as many of us as it takes to satisfy the question to the degree that you will allow it. There is no limit to the amount of those who join in. In other words, this energy is filled with those listening. In other words, you gather together in scanty numbers, we gather together in huge numbers. And the interest of that which we are, in other words, we represent the inner being of each and every one of you, and so much more, you see. And so as you have an inner being that we are talking about, we have inner beings who have inner beings who have inner beings, because we are eternal beings. We've all been around for a very long time. So when you come forth with a very powerful desire and a very succinctly focused question, there is no limit to the depth and breadth of that which you can summon. And to the degree that you are willing to hear it, that is the degree to which we are willing to give it.
And you don't have to schedule your time or anything like that for these meetings.
Well, we are timeless, and that's a function of your focus here, but we are not limited by your time or your space.
Great. So is that
But we do appreciate the rendezvous, because in rendezvousing in your time, you focus in a way that summons us more powerfully. In other words, when a group like this gathers and focus with interest, and this is a remarkable group, you sit for hours on end and allow others who are asking questions that may not be the question that you hold, but still you focus and listen. It is remarkable what you summon, and it is to your credit that this work expands, truly.
Thank you.
You hit the ground running when you were born. You had so much intention. And all day, every day, you're sifting through that data of life and asking. You're the reason the river's moving fast, and you're the reason that you're going with it or not. You have total control in all of this. And nothing that you are doing has anything to do with anybody else or anybody else's river. In other words, stay out of their boat. And don't invite them in your boat. In other words, the only awareness that you need to have, if you want to utilize the guidance system that you were born with, you want to know one thing and one thing only, moment by moment, thought by thought. Is this upstream or downstream? And then the next statement is, how can I make it more downstream? How can I turn this thought and this feeling more downstream? What could I do to soften the resistance? What could I do to release the resistance a little more? And trying harder is the wrong answer. Trying harder makes the resistance more. It's letting go of the oars that makes it less. It's trusting the process. It's trusting the stream. This is such an important message that a while back we wrote a book and we gave it the best title of any book that's ever been written. Ask and it is given. And we just explained to you how that is so. Life causes you to ask. And Source not only gives it to you, Source literally becomes the vibrational essence of that which you are asking for, and stands in such complete alignment with the ever-expanding version of you, and offers a signal under the universe that law of attraction is responding to, which creates the sensation within you of a current that is indescribable. And when you allow yourself to move in the direction of that current, you feel wonderful, and when you don't, you don't. All that you've put in the vortex, and then you understand, and then you become a chorus or a voice with the likes of Abraham in order to explain that there was a misunderstanding. Law of attraction proved its point to you, and we mean this as much as we have ever been able to convey it to another. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It is deeply satisfying to us to hear someone with strong conviction, and we want to say to you that you're not wrong in your perspective, and law of attraction will prove you right. We just want to ask the simple question, is this what you want to be proven as right? Because it is not the work that we are upon, and we do not believe it is the work you are upon either. Because if it were, you would be taking joy in this perspective, and you are not. Good time for a segment of refreshment. Now, they're asking you to not perpetuate it by doing some things, and we are in vibrational alignment with that. But there's more that you can do that will help you so much, and that's understand the vibrational perpetuation of things, the vibrational perpetuation of things that are important to you. So here's the rule of thumb that we would follow. Make a decision and line up with it. Don't make a decision and then push against it.